Hello everybody, Sir Monkeysuit here, back again. And we are going to be caught up with Attack on Titan after this episode. And I tell you what, like, last episode was crazy for, well, a lot of reasons, but specifically, like, the discussion portion, considering, yeah, I was probably talking for a good 50 minutes. But it's just like this anime, like this show, like specifically season 2, just has a lot of questions, and like, you know, there's a lot of fucking meat there to just pick apart and try and theorize and whatnot, and it's fun to do so. Like, it's the most fun show to theorize about. There's no doubt in my mind about that. And this episode, I am expecting a Han's death. Yeah. God, I don't know if I'm ready for it. Oh, God damn it. Yeah, I don't think I need to say anything. If you want to learn, like, what my theories are and stuff going into this episode, just listen to the fucking, like, stupid long discussion in the last episode. And you'll get my thoughts on it. But I don't think there's really anything to talk about going into this other than I'm expecting Hans to die. There's just too much foreshadowing to it. So yeah, let's just get into episode 12. Here we go, we're going to get caught up. Let's do this. What are the odds that it's there, man? What are the odds? No! He's a badass, isn't he? Ah! How did he straight up stop that? He didn't budge! No shit, that's what I said! Oh god, I'm having flashbacks, man. I'm having flashbacks! It's some interesting music. It's so different from everything else. Oh, come on. Oh no, man, Hans is gonna die. That's gonna be his goal. That's when he's gonna transform in it. That's what's gonna happen, I can tell. Well, oh shit! Jesus! What? What happened? Did he hit his head or something? Oh no! Ow! Ah! No! Die! Oh! It's exactly the same. It's exactly the same! Fucking hell, man. Jesus Christ, man.
エレン、聞いて。伝えたいことがある。私と一緒にいてくれてありがとう。私に生き方を教えてくれてありがとう。
Is she gonna kiss him? Fuck off! Let it happen! Fucking Jesus Christ.
マフラーを巻いてくれて。
She's gonna kiss him! Well, she was, until he...
そんなの何度でも巻いてやる。俺が何度でも。
Fuck it up. Fuck up that bastard. Fuck him up. Wait, what? Huh? What? Did he just control him? Yes, get fucked! He just controlled it.
だからライナーたちは必死こいてエレンを。だとすりゃこの壁の中に未来がある。
最悪だ。よりによって座標が最悪の奴の手に渡っちまった。絶対に取り返さねえと。間違いねえ。断言できる。
The
こ
coordinates?
の世で一番それを持っちゃいけねえのはエレン、お前だ。来るんじゃねえ。てめえらぶっ殺してやる。まずい。
Wow.
ベルトルトを守りきれねえ。撤退せよ。
Shit, is Bertel gonna bite us here? There's a future inside the walls. Go back, go back, go back!
その時ユミルが取った行動の意味は分からなかったけど、鎧の巨人がそれ以上追ってくることはなかった。
Ah, man! Fuck. Got out.
ユミル、なんで俺たちのところに来た？
ブラじゃお前ら帰ってくれねえだろ。
ユミル、
お前らがこの壁を壊しに来なければ、私はずっと覚めない夢を見てたんだ。私はただその時借りたものを返してるだけだよ。お前たちの境遇を知ってるのは私だけだしな。
ありがとうユミル。すまない。
いいや、女神様もそんなに悪い気分じゃないね。
Emiya is definitely waifu, like.
実は村での調査結果を彼に確認してもらったところ、
Can't believe it.
あの仮説の信憑性が増すばかりでして、その報告に。
やるしかねえ。巨人を操ってやる。ウォールマリアも塞ぐ。ライナーのやつを捕まえて償わせる。
今回出現した巨人の正体がラガコ村の住人。
つまり巨人の正体は人間であると。
じゃあ何か。俺は今まで必死こいて人を殺して飛び回ってた。エルビー、お前何を笑
Smiling?
ってやがる。
No shit. That's the first time I've seen him smile.
何でもないさ。我々はまた一歩真実に近づいたというわけだ。我々はいずれ必ず突き破る。真実を隠している壁を。
Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Who the fuck's
まだかな。
What the fuck is that? Oh, you prick. You cunt. Alright, well, now my theory of Eren eating his dad has gone out the window, I think. Oh, no, but I can't, though, because... Damn it. The guy looked like Grisha, the fucking guy that was on the Ape Titan. Because Grisha had fucking... He had bloody circle glasses as well, didn't he? But he wasn't blonde, though. Fucking hell, man. Shit. Mental. Alright. One thing I didn't pick up on in the last episode when I watched the opening for the first time was the red glowing, like, heart thing that was going on in, like, all of the... So, the the cadets had it, which was the actual heart. But then the when you saw it in like the ape titan and all the animals, it wasn't a heart. At least it didn't look like it. But like, is that the thing that's like, is that the piece that allows for orders to happen? Like, oh, this is strange. This is weird. Because I thought he was right. He was given order. Wait a minute. So, right. Wait a minute. Eren. Well, Reiner called him the coordinate. So, Eren can, like, coordinate Titans. I don't know why this has only popped up now. Has he always had this power? I don't understand why it would just have developed now. Like, he must have had it this whole time, and he's never been able to use it, I guess. But if he can, like, order people, like, if he can, like, order Titans, then can the Ape Titan do the same thing then? But, like, Reiner said it like it was, like, the only one. Like, oh no, he is the coordinate. You know what I mean? Like, so there can't be two of them, surely. But yet, there seems to be a higher up that can give orders though as well. Or are those like actual orders and not like Eren can, like, literally make... Well, he could make the, like, the sort of... like, the mindless Titans do it, but, like, he couldn't control Reiner and Bertolt, like, oh, well, just Reiner, I guess, because he was the Titan at the time. He can't, like, control Reiner to do stuff, can he? Interesting. I'm just wondering, like, what significance, like, the red glowing thing has inside, like... Because for the humans, like, when it was in the intro, when the humans, when they're doing, like, obviously the salute, and, like, it looked like that actual heart. But the monsters and stuff, it didn't look like that at all. It looked like it was something different. Which makes me think, is that the thing that allows them to be controlled? Because if it works on animals as well, then I assume that it must be something to control them. The music was so different. You know what I'm talking about? When Chris had jumped off Ymir and started fighting and, like, that music popped up, I was like, fucking hell. It's like, it was almost jarring, like, how kind of different music that is to what we normally get. And I wasn't sure if I liked it or not. Like, I mean, I liked it, but, like, I was just like, I was so like, whoa. Like, because it's different, you know? It's different to what I'm normally used to in this show. Like, I'm more used to, like, operatic, like, epic fucking, you know what I mean? And this one, and that was, like, a bit more, like... It was, like, different. Yeah, Hans bit it. They didn't drag it out as long as I thought they were going to. Like, I thought there would have been, like, some kind of... Like, I don't know, like Eren would be biting away and he couldn't do anything, so the Span Titan, like, was about to, like, eat him, you know what I mean? And then Hans would, like, jump in the way and then die, but it wasn't. It was just he was keeping the Smiling Titan preoccupied while Eren was trying to do it, but he couldn't. But, like, it was like sudden and, like, I need to mention this now because I don't think I've mentioned it before. This show has a real great way of, like, like, setting a scene, like, and using audio incredibly well. Like, you know, like it's very like like they have like moments where it's like on a dime, and like, you know, Hans is fighting away, and it's like it's almost it's continuous, you know what I mean? And you don't feel like anything's gonna happen, and then all of a sudden he gets caught, gets bit, and like the music like and like audio just like goes quiet, you know what I mean? And it's like it adds to the shock value like so much, because it's like because it's so instant, and it's like it's almost like the it almost like replicates like a heart, like your heart missed a beat, you know, or it stopped. And like I think it like it tells so much. Like Hans never cried out, never struggled there. Like it's almost like he knew what was going to happen, and like he accepted it. I think by doing that at that point, at that moment, I think he was satisfied, you know. I think at that moment he in his mind he atoned for not being able to save his mother, Erin's mother, you know. Even if Erin like he even said he didn't blame Hans for it. But I think Hans, like in the back of his mind, like blamed himself for it. And I think at that moment, like you could see in his face, like he just knew. And I think he was content. He never screamed out for in pain or anything like that. He just knew. I don't think it's any coincidence that like Hans died the opposite way to what Erin's mother did. Erin's mother died head first. Hans got the opposite. I don't think it's any coincidence that they did that. I think it sort of like completes the circle kind of thing. Like one side of the coin and the other. It's all merged. And it's all come full circle. Hans' demeanor kind of... I don't think it was obvious. So I don't think a lot of people might have picked up on it. But I think his demeanor changed. I think he knew he was going to die as soon as he left with the Survey Corps. You know when they're on the wall, and like, is it on episode 9 or something, and like he's telling them how, you know, I want to get this over and done with so we can go back home, and like, you know, I'd give anything to go back to those days, you know what I mean, so I can go back and be, you know, drunk and whatnot. I think he knew even from then that like he wasn't going to get back. You know, because I think his demeanor changed. Like, it wasn't... You don't have a lot of time with Hans. Like, he pops up in scenes every night, like, you know, every now and again. You know, but like he's not there a lot. But I just feel like there was just something different. Like, there's like... And that's my point. Like, I think, like, in his head, he kind of knew. And I think that, like, he just knew. He was like, this is how I atone for it. This is how I think it's just been eating away at him, like, this whole time, you know? And I think, like, that's why he's just so, like, kind of peaceful at the end. But, yeah. I mean, this is the last time I'll have to address it, considering he's not around anymore. Obviously, you know, Hans, I don't hate him, you know what I mean? I hated his actions in episode 1. You know, and I'm not wrong for doing that. A lot of people argued that I was, and that, you know, that no, because what would you have done? Who knows what I would have done? I just know what I was like when I first saw that happen. And I hated his actions for that. And also, like, Hans himself hated his actions during that time. He said it countless times. Well, not countless, but he said it multiple times that he regrets that day, and that he wants to fucking avenge Aaron's mother, and he wants to atone for it, and you know, even he hates those actions, you know. And while I hated his actions in episode 1, you know what I mean, like, you know, I don't hate him as a character, you know what I mean. I think his like character arc has come full circle, you know what I mean. It was always meant to happen this way. You know, and I think that's where it's a great example of like how people think in reaction videos, and how, you know, because my opinion is different on certain things, people just immediately put it off as like, oh no, you're wrong, you know what I mean. It just further, like, you know, it confirms to me, you know what I mean, that I think I was right in thinking that I hated his actions, you know what I mean. If you understand why he did it, that's fair enough, you know what I mean. I just think, like, in hindsight, it's easy to see, yeah, you know what I mean, if he hadn't have ran away and took Eren and Mikasa with him, they all would have died. That's fair enough, but that's all in hindsight, you know. Nobody knows what could happen by doing anything. Because doing something slightly different from something, like, if I was to pick up this pen, like, let's say if I count down from 5 and pick up this pen, right? That'll change, like, the rest of my, like, that'll change something, like, the rest of my life. What I would normally do, I might not do the next time. If I went back in time and I counted down from 10 and then I picked up the pen, something else might drastically change. It's like the butterfly effect. You never know what, by doing something, like, by doing one thing, you don't know how the outcome's going to be. And they've said that in this show, like, choices and stuff. You make choices, but you never know what the outcome's going to be. You know what I mean? And it's a big lesson in the show, and I think, you know, while I hated what Hans did then, like, back then, you know what I mean, I still don't like that, like, those actions. You know what I mean? I still disagree with, like, kind of what he did. Doesn't mean that I'm wrong, you know what I mean. If you have a different opinion, that's, you know, that's fine. That's your prerogative, you know what I mean. But yeah, that's it. That's Hans. It's Hans for you. So yeah, I think he went out on his own terms. I think, you know, he went out fighting for what he felt he had to do. So that's you know, that's good, because I think a lot of people die in this show and they don't get that. Like, they just die out of nowhere, and they don't really get to say it. But that fighting that Smiling Titan, like, that was Hans's choice. And I think he's one of the few that actually was able to go out on his own terms. Which I like. Gene is like, he's so grounded. And while I was talking about in the last episode how I think Armin is, like, so different from any of the other characters, Gene is so different from all the other characters. Like, because he is almost like, Armin is the outsider because he's the one that uses his brain. You know, everyone else is very like military driven, like driven by you know what I mean. They get given orders and they do what they do, right? And what Armin does as well, to a certain extent, he can use his mind and change stuff on the go, on the fly, very quickly as well. Like he is very quick at coming up with solutions. So he's like an outcast in that regard. But you know, Gene's like an outcast in a completely different way, where like he is way more grounded than everybody else. Like he's like, he comes across as like so. Like, he has the mentality of someone who would normally be in the military police, which is funny considering that's where he originally wanted to go, right? Yet he has seen everything, and that's why he makes it. That's why he makes such a good leader, because I think his like his perception of things and like the way that he sees things, I think, is very straightforward. And it's easy to understand, which is kind of what you want in a leader. Which, so yeah, I love Gene for that. I find it funny, like, you know, the idea, like the start of the series and throughout the whole of the series, everyone's been like, I'm gonna kill every last one of the Titans, and he's so fucking serious about it. Like, he's so fucking And in this episode, he's like, I'm going to control the Titans. You know what I mean? Like, how it's changed. Because now he's got this power, and it's like, it's not about killing Titans anymore. It's about controlling them, to use them to his advantage. Which is, yeah, it just gets, like, the story just gets bigger and broader, and, like, it just gets to a point where I'm just like, what is happening? Like, what could they, like, where's this story going to go? You know, it's mental, but I love it for that. Like, you know, if the story had stayed in this fucking wall, I mean, technically it still is, but like, there is broader horizons. If it was contained, you know what I mean, it was like a sort of smaller scale story, and it was left inside there. Like, I feel like eventually there would be mystery that couldn't be solved, like that would be solved like relatively quickly, but because it's so big and vast, and it's like exploring more, and like there's so much more mystery there, it's like, it's crazy. Like, the fucking scale, the scale is incredible. It's mental. Crazy. We're now caught up, so yeah, that's got we've got like a month and a half until season 3, right? So yeah, I think I don't know what day it'll land on. I think someone said Sunday, so yeah, we'll just be doing it like on the day that it comes out, so we'll do it on Sundays, right? But yeah, that is it. Absolutely fantastic series. I'm really enjoying it. It's absolutely amazing. Absolutely love it to bits. Confusing, but thought-provoking, and I absolutely love it. So yeah, there's nothing else to really talk about. But yeah, so thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.